Triple B Hot Takes. Welcome.
What up? Happy NFL Sunday. Let's go. Hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's Sunday. There's football to be played. Fantasy championships, you have to make them. Make or break week. Are you in? Are you out? Where are you going? Where are you headed? It is all coming to an end, and we are here for it, and we love it. Football is the best. It is the greatest sport of all time. I am not alone this morning. I am joined by the myth, the man, the legend, Roy. Come on down. Lucky week 13 in the NFL. A lot of games already played.
13, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Yes, if you're in the Midwest.
We got a bunch of snow falling.
If you're in the Midwest, you got pissed on.
Oh, baby, did we ever. Probably close to 14 inches here.
A lot of snow.
A winter wonderland, can't wait. It is about freaking time, and I hope it stays.
Lots of snow. Hey, lots of snow, lots of football. Once again, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with fam and friends. The weekend flew by. We are ready to Sunday. Great college games yesterday. Football is coming to an end. Well, there's still a lot of good football to be played, but it is just a fact that there are a lot of college teams, seniors, that will not be playing football again. That is where we are at in the year. It's almost December. Wow.
Yeah.
Flew by. But we have some great fantasy picks for you today. We'll get through those. And then we have Sheik's Meats. Sheik's Meats is back today. Let's go.
I love it.
Spencer, the Snake Sheik, is back. I'm Triple B. That's Roy. This is Triple B Hot Takes. Welcome. Let's get into it. Let's get sweaty with QBs. Right at the top, fantasy QBs, I got Josh Allen. Goes against Pittsburgh's shitty passing defense. Pittsburgh's 28th. Keep in mind, Buffalo is without their two starting tackles today. Not great for Josh Allen, who is, I think, the most sacked quarterback in the NFL currently. But I'm not positive on that. He's for sure top 3.
He's up there.
So without the two tackles, Josh Allen could be scampering, but that could be good for fantasy too. I still like him as my QB1. My sleeper and my go-to guy the last 4 or 5 weeks. They don't price him any higher any week, so I just keep sending him in there. Jacoby Brissett goes against Tampa Bay's 30th ranked passing defense. They're ranked worse than Pittsburgh, who sucks as well. Tampa Bay gives up a lot of points. Jacoby Brissett is a solid quarterback, throws the ball an average of 50 times, and he's $5,800. I love Jacoby Brissett. Dad QBs.
Yeah, it's the only guy I wrote down. I didn't even look for a sleeper this week just because all the other guys are very expensive, and Jacoby Brissett just keeps hanging there at an affordable price. He's 4th in the league right now in fantasy points per game. 4th in the league. You wouldn't expect that, and Tampa Bay has given up the 5th most. So Jacoby Brissett, Arizona taking on Tampa.
Okay, running backs. I got CMC as my numero uno, having a wonderful year. My God, CMC. Yeah, $9,300 goes against Cleveland. And Shedeur Sanders, who gets the start today. That should be some entertainment as he faces the 49ers. We'll see. Entertainment as in turnovers and laughter, but we'll see what actually happens. Otherwise, my numero dos running back, Devon Achane.
Yeah.
I will never pronounce that name right in my life. He goes against the Saints, $8,300. Devon is $1,000 cheaper than CMC in DraftKings, and I think he's just as valuable this week. I personally went with Devon because I couldn't afford CMC in my own lineup, but that's just me. And my sleeper, I think everybody and their brother and sister, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa who does fantasy is going to have this guy in their lineup, so beware of that. Devin Neal. There's no Alvin Kamara this week. Alvin Kamara is out. Devin Neal is in against Miami. $5,000 for Devin Neal. I like him. Otherwise, I like this guy as a sleeper too. Kenny Gainwell, who has been quietly just having a couple great fantasy weeks. Jalen Warren. Is it Jalen?
Jalen Warren, yeah.
Jalen Warren started last week, and Kenny Gainwell still had 18 fantasy points. They passed to him a lot. Buffalo is ranked 30th, and they suck at run defense and running backs catching the ball. Buffalo just can't hang with the running backs, it seems, this year. It's very strange. That's what I got.
That's what you got?
Yeah, running backs.
Well, I kind of went middle of the road here with my pricing, so I could afford to kind of sprinkle the infield with a lot of other guys down the road here. I took Travis Etienne. Jacksonville going up against Tennessee's absolutely shat-ass defense, 28th in the league against the run. He's gone back to getting about 70% of the run share for Jacksonville, so I think he could have a decent day, $6,500. I also took Kyron Williams today, and the reason I took Kyron Williams, I think Puka and Devontae get the Rams out to a big lead, and then it's run fest. They hand the ball off to Kyron the rest of the day, and $6,600, again, a cheap pickup there for a good running back. Kyron Williams, Travis Etienne, my sleeper, Devin Neal as well at $5,000.
Every single person,
just because Kamara's out and he's the only game in town. The only guy. So, there you have it.
Wide receivers right at the tippy top. This guy might just hang here every week for the rest of the NFL season. As far as fantasy goes, JSN, absolute insanity of a year.
Monster.
And Sam Darnold, his QB for the Seahawks there, goes against his former team in Seattle. So they are at home. Minnesota comes to town. Minnesota is sucking dick and ass. And Seattle should just fuck them up.
Sums it right up there, doesn't it?
I'm guessing Seattle's just going to bang them hard.
Wow.
Hard, long and hard. And Sam Darnold is going to get back at him. Revenge game alert. Revenge game alert. Revenge game alert. JSN could have a day. $9,500 though. That is insane.
He is
almost
pricey.
10 G's for that guy.
Crazy.
So if you can afford him, play him. If you can't, well, Puka Nacua is $500 less. Puka Nacua is in my lineup. He goes against Carolina. Matt Stafford is crushing it. Puka's crushing it. 9 G's for Puka. And I love this guy. Love this guy today against Pittsburgh's defense. Stickity stack him with Josh Allen if you want. Khalil Shakir
100%.
is going to have a day today against Pittsburgh. 32nd against the wideouts in terms of fantasy. Pittsburgh is, I said they're 28th in terms of quarterback for fantasy, so they're at the bottom of the barrel for the passing game, and I think Buffalo's going to take hella advantage. $5,500 only for Khalil Shakir. That is a solid play. Snaggeroo, put him in your lineup. Grab him here, put him here, and keep him there. Sleepers, Michael Wilson or Greg, the Human Torch Dortch. Take your pick. Michael Wilson has been the number one wide receiver in terms of volume for the last 2 weeks. Jacoby Brissett has been going to him a lot because Marvin Harrison Jr. is out. Marvin Harrison Jr. might play today, but from everything I've seen, he's not going to be full go.
Right.
He's had the appendicitis issue or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he's on a snap count.
So, Michael Wilson should remain the guy against a shitty Tampa Bay passing defense. $5,900 for him. If you can't afford him, because he's a little more expensive this week, Greg Human Torch Dortch has been balling as well, and he's getting a lot of traffic for only $4,600. The speedster, if you will, on that squad should be able to get at least 14 to 15 fantasy points for you. Maybe he explodes for 20 plus because he is the kick returner and the punt returner as well. So you have more opportunities for more points. Dad, wide receiver.
There you have it. More opportunities for more points.
That's right.
Lad McConkey, $6,300.
He's a young lad.
Chargers going up against Las Vegas, and what in the Sam hell's going on there as well? That is the most brutal looking football team that I can.
They're bad.
I mean, outside of the New York teams, I even the New York Giants are better than Las Vegas, for God's sakes. It's brutal.
Get Max Crosby on another team, please.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, well, Lad
That's too good for that
McConkey,
team.
last 7 games, 38 for 470 and 4 tutters, averaging 15.6 fantasy points per game. The boy's balling. Put him in, $6,300. I like his stack also with Khalil Shakir at Pittsburgh. Him and Josh Allen, $5,500. He said it all there. Michael Wilson, I like the stack with Jacoby. They have been slowly and quietly. Jacoby and Michael Wilson have made quite the connection, and he's getting targeted and targeted and targeted and targeted. So Michael Wilson, $5,900.
Tight ends this week. I like George Kittle or Trey McBride. George Kittle is way cheaper than Trey McBride. $5,300, goes against Cleveland. Brock Purdy loves this guy. George Kittle always plays well and scores a lot of fantasy points when Brock is at the helm. Trey McBride, if you can afford him, I'd probably play him. $7,800, expensive for a tight end, but the guy's a monster. I mean, you're talking about 20 points per game, basically. So if you can afford him, that's what you're going to get. if you can't and you want somebody cheapity cheap, this guy's in my lineup because I just like his matchup today. He goes against a bottom-of-the-barrel ranked tight end defense in Miami, Juwan Johnson, $4,200, who quietly has, I think, the last 3 weeks averaged right around 15 fantasy points.
Yes, sir.
So, for a sleeper, Juwan Johnson, I like him at tight end, down in there in the Bayou.
Yep.
Roy?
Juwan Johnson, $4,200. Got him right there listed. My sleeper at tight end, Brenton Strange, Jacksonville, going up against Tennessee.
Isn't it strange?
$3,700. He was 5 for 5, 93 yards last week. Long hair, don't care. Has found his guy, and he's going to him. Brenton Strange, I like him.
And as the dog's barking in the background, my big, old, hairy, scary defense, cue it! They're cheap, and you should get them in your lineup for $2,900. Woo! Triple P, what are you doing?
What are you
Texans
doing?
Against the Colts. Yes, you heard me right.
Wow.
The Colts are ranked first in terms of fantasy points. Most productive offense in the NFL. Well, have you watched the Texans play the last 2 or 3 weeks? They've played good offenses, and they made them look like shit because the Houston defensive linebackers are absolutely absurd.
They are.
Their young defensive backs are balling right now. Houston shuts the Colts down today, and here's a little tidbit for you. Tidbit. Daniel Jones, the Colts just announced this last week that he has a broken fibula. I don't know the extent of that injury. He's playing through it. He's not sidelined, but that doesn't sound good to me at all. So I don't know what the hell is going on with that and when that happened or how long they've been covering it up, if they have been. But Daniel Jones is injured, and he goes against a healthy, fiery, fucking defense that is balling, and I like the way they play, and I think they're going to beat the Colts today.
Oh.
Houston's defense.
Interesting.
That was a lot for Houston's defense.
That was a lot for Houston's defense. And I like what you're saying. By the way, the fibula is your non-weight-bearing bone in your leg. It is painful, but it is playable.
Ouch.
I've been there. I've had it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Dr. Roy.
Yeah, well, I played with it, and it hurts. But
Hey.
you do what you got to do, right? So.
Well, all I know is if one of those guys freaking comes in on him and shatters that bitch.
It'll leave a mark, that's for sure.
Defense.
Jacksonville, $3,700 going up against Tennessee. Tennessee just can't muster anything. Jacksonville.
Hey, speaking of big old hairy D in terms of the meat category.
Uh-oh.
Big old meats.
What are we cooking today, Spence?
Well, the whole town is asking.
The whole town.
What are we smoking?
What are we smoking
Let's
today,
find out. Without further
Spence?
ado, he's back. Spencer, the snake, Shieek, my best friend. Spence, what do you got?
Slither on in there, Spence.
Good morning, Triple B Hot Takes. What up, Triple? What up, Roy? We're here. Another beautiful Sunday. Getting a little chilly, though. Anyways, everybody's wondering what's on the smoker. Come on over. Let's have a look. You may recognize these as some beef roasts. And what we're going to do up with these is Italian beefs. So these have been on for about an hour and a half. Total smoke time of 3 hours. Then we're going to put it in a Dutch oven with all sorts of juices, herbs, and spices. And we're going to let that braise for another 3 to 4. So we'll be eating maybe 4 or 5 o'clock today. We'll check in with you later. And here we are after 3 hours of smoking. We're ready to braise the beef now. I put the roast on a bed of chopped onions, added some peppercini, peppers on top over a smear of chopped garlic on the roast themselves, added some beef broth, threw in some Worcestershire sauce, and now we're ready to braise for probably another 3 to 4. Check in with you later. After 7 hours on the smoker, this is what we're left with. Look at that. Juicy. Those onions and peppers have gotten soft, and this stuff pulled apart like butter. Now it's time to give it a shot. That is so good. Well, back to you, Triple and Roy. Go Pack Go. See you next week.
That away, Spence.
Boy, Spence. Another
Woo!
rendering edition of SHIEK'S Old Meats.
Spence is the best. That's why he's my best friend. Love that guy. Thank you, Spence, for doing that this entire year. That's been great. We love to have you. We hope
Great
it
addition,
continues
Spence.
for years to come. Spence is the man.
You are the man.
A man of the finer things, if you will.
Finer.
My fire play of the week. JSN. Dad, your fire play of the week. I know that was lame. Okay. It's so easy to do JSN, so I'm not going to be lame like that. I'm not going to be lame. I'll switch it up. My fire play of the week, Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
Fire play. Switch.
My fire play of the week is
Switched.
You know, I'm going back and forth on this one, but I like Jacoby Brissett.
He's your fire play of the week. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Jacoby Brissett is my sleeper of the week. Dad, your sleeper of the week?
Brenton Strange, tight end at Jacksonville.
Isn't it strange?
Isn't
Well,
it strange?
it's going to be a great day of football action and fun. We hope that you wind down your Thanksgiving long weekend with a little football, with a little beer,
Don't
with a
think
little
about
cheer.
Monday. You got to go back to work. Don't think
Maybe
about
a
it.
Bloody Mary. Hey, grab a beer, spread some cheer, and know that the Packers kicked the fucking shit out of the Detroit
You bet they
Lions
did.
on Thursday, and that any Packer fan out there, we can just sit back, smile, relax, and enjoy the show today, knowing that we are better than the Lions in every way possible. With that being said, have the greatest Sunday of your life. I wish you all the best in your fantasy ventures as we head into the playoffs.
Enjoy it.
Unless you play me. Unless you play me.
Well, guess
Unless
who's
you play
playing?
me.
Guess who's playing him?
So not him, me. Wish me all the luck in the world.
Let it snow.
And have yourself
Let it
the greatest
snow.
day of all
Let
time.
it
Grab a beer, spread some cheer. We love you.